Today we're going to throw it back a little bit. We want to show you one of the most iconic sneaker artist collaborations in history. It's the Simpsons Movie collection from 2007. Let's take a look. What's going on, guys? You're watching Sneaker News on YouTube, and today we're throwing it back a little bit. We're going to show you one of the most iconic artist sneaker collaborations we've ever seen. It is the Simpsons Movie collection that dropped back in 2007. Before we show you the entire set, just do us a quick favor, hit that subscribe button. Let's get going. So as we mentioned, this is a collaboration from the Simpsons Movie. It was made to commemorate the launch of the first ever film, the first and only film really. Shoes originally dropped on July 14th in super limited quantity, and that was back in 2007. So limited back then meant very limited today. And the movie premiere was roughly 2 weeks later on July 27th. So this was a dope way not only to nod to The Simpsons, one of the greatest American television shows in history and arguably the most iconic animated cartoon series of all time. And on top of that, they invited 12 different artists to decorate a bunch of different Vans iconic shoes in their own particular way. As you guys know, artists have their own style of doing things, and we're gonna show you most of the entire set. Again, there are 14 shoes in the entire pack. We are missing one Tony Munoz shoe, but we're gonna do our best to give you a quick look at what we believe is one of the best Vans collaborations of all time. So we're gonna start with one of the most hyped ones in our opinion, and that is obviously KAWS. So just to recap a little bit, the shoes dropped on July 14th, 2007 in very limited quantity. And again, limited in 2007 meant really, really limited. So what we believe is probably the most recognizable one right now, and that's KAWS. Now you can see that each shoe came with its own hang tag with a Simpsons style illustration of the actual artist. This is KAWS with a signature hat. And you can just tell based on his take on Bart and Apu and Marge and Mr. Burns and all the other iconic characters from the show. He basically had a loose leaf paper base and he applied his own sketches with the shoes. These are super clean. Dead stock pairs right now are pretty hard to come by, and if you do find them, they're close to $1,000, which is quite a lot of money for a pair of Vans. Now we're gonna move on to Stash, a graffiti artist based in New York City. And if you're into sneakers, you probably already recognize him for the stuff he's done with Nike and with Reebok, but most prominently Nike. He took the iconic opening credit scene where Bart, writes as punishment on a chalkboard, and it says, "I will not skateboard in the hallway." So these two, again, one of the most collectible Vans shoes ever in our opinion. Full black outsole with the green, comes with the Stash illustration, super clean. All right, moving along, we have the Mid-School LX designed by Futura. Now, if you're into street art and into sneakers, Futura is a name that is not new to you, and especially now. For you younger cats, yes, he is the guy who is collaborating with Virgil Abloh on some dunks. For his design, he basically took Apu, Nahasape Napedlan, applied that logo on the heel, and these are the color swatches that make up that character. And you see him upright and upside down, goes all the way around the shoe. It's weird. Apu is obviously an iconic character, but the Simpsons kind of came under fire just for possible racial insensitivity or whatever. But that's another conversation. So Futura, Mid-School LX with Apu. Moving on, we have this Skate High, done up by Taka Hayashi. Taka's been a long-time collaborator, artist, skater with Vans, and he was definitely one of the more expected names in this collection. He has his style of Bart basically laying down on a skateboard. On the other side, all these other signature styles embroidered on the black suede upper, and we're being very gentle with these because these are old and we don't want to ruin them or anything like that. But if you're a fan of Taka Hayashi Vans, he likes to take the classic models like the Skate High and give them a very, very premium upgrade. Nice leathers, and these definitely feel very luxe. It says Skate Rat right there. Why is skateboarding so important to The Simpsons? Because Bart Simpson skateboarded in the TV show. David Flores, originally from the Bay Area, his style of illustration is seen here. There's a lot of very dense shadowing and his Homer jumping in midair. If you're a Simpsons fan, you might be able to tell what scene this is from. If you have any guesses, let us know in the comments below. But this is when Homer was dreaming. He was in a chocolate dreamland. Basically, everything was made of chocolate, making chocolate entirely free, yet he still goes to a store to buy chocolate because that's what Homer Simpson does. And again, this little mid-air Jumpman jump is from that dream sequence. So again, David Flores, Skate High. Another favorite artist of ours is Jeff McFetridge, and his was definitely a little more conceptual. He took the colors of the iconic characters and sort of made these floral prints. So you can see that's Lisa in a flower with her red dress and her yellow head. you know, Homer Simpson in the blue and the white. You have Marge in the yellow and the green. You have Bart in the orange and the blue. So again, he took the Simpsons family and sort of repurposed them into this nice floral print. And because it doesn't really have any outward Simpsons sort of detailing, except for that heel, as you can tell, you have the Simpsons family in these very faceless sort of figures. These are definitely one of the more affordable ones in our opinion, but again, like we said, dead stock pairs for these are really hard to come by. And quick shot of Jeff McFetridge. Todd James, next up, skate high. A simple black suede upper, and this is the actual older style of Simpsons animation and made a little bit more wilder. As you can see, there's Bart Simpson with his jagged hairdo, more on the other side. The Simpsons has such a deep and rich history, so we don't want to like be incorrect about anything, but again, this does look very similar and consistent to the earlier style of Simpsons animation style. And again, Todd James. These are probably the craziest. Tony Munoz, this is one of the two. We don't have the skate high. Krusty the Clown, looking like it almost. You know, it's a far cry from all the other styles. These are definitely a little bit more like scarier looking, I guess that's the best way to put it. And why? Because Krusty the Clown is not only an iconic figure, but clowns are more feared than they are beloved. So it's that take on Krusty, who is a lovable anti-hero type character made into a monster, more sketch style, more of the you know, hypnotic sort of circular patterns on the heel as well as on the insole. And like we mentioned, there is a skate high that it is the one missing pair of this pack. It sucks that we don't have him. But next up, the slip-on by Sam Messer. Basically, it took the Simpson eyes and just sort of gave it an all-over print. These are one of our favorites because it's all the different drawing styles of the Simpsons family. Two big circular globes with little dots, and the only faces you do see is not only Bart Simpson, but you see his arms and his legs, almost as if he's like drowning in a pool of eyes, which is kind of creepy. We got Homer Simpson on that heel. Moving on, we have a Chukka by Neckface, one of our favorite artists. Simpsons Not Dead Yet, and then all these the bones and the skulls of Bart Simpson. As you can tell, Bart Simpson is clearly a favorite because, you know, he's probably the most recognizable character, although some might say Homer. He has Neckface embroidered on the upper, and the suede on these are so soft. The quality on these are higher. It does say Bart right here on the tongue, as you can see. Gary Panner had definitely one of the more interesting ones because his is full leather and his illustrations are actually lasered or etched into the ankle collar. You can see, you know, Bart Simpson, Homer, Apu, Kearney, and you can see Jerry Panner etched in the shoe as well. I got Homer Simpson. This one's embroidered, it's not etched in. This is the other David Flores. It's that same jumping Homer on a slip-on, done in white. Again, we highly recommend you YouTube Homer Simpson Chocolate, the best 30 seconds of your life. And finally, we're showing you another slip-on by none other than Mr. Cartoon. Mr. Cartoon style is very, you know, South LA. He's done collaborations with Nike in the past many times before. You can see his signature style of graffiti and patterns. The heel is this nice patent leather with his very signature style of tattooing. And if we show you the left shoe, this is one of the shoes that we're gonna show you the other ones. Homer Simpson, full of tats with, you know, a white tank and some baggy jeans and some spray paint. So again, that's a nod to himself. Maybe that's, you know, Homer Simpson as Mr. Cartoon. You got all that lettering on the midsole. 13 of 14 pairs of the Simpsons x Vans collaboration with 12 different artists. Again, this is one of our favorite collaborations in history, and it's not really that talked about, although you probably might have seen the KAWS pairs more often than not, but this entire set was amazing. It's one of the first few packs that wasn't just a collaboration with one artist, it was with a whole series of artists, and of course, a lot of brands have sort of followed that formula moving forward, but it was an important moment in time. You know, the Simpsons movie was great, you know, the shoes were great, and you know, we're fortunate enough to have the whole set to show you guys. We hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know in the comments which of the 13 here is your favorite. Remember to subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.